Everybody, Logan here. It's finally arrived. The Analogue, no, the Analogue 3D hasn't arrived, and I did not get my hands on one, no, but I did get my hands on the 8BitDo 64 Bluetooth controller, and if you look, Analogue, it's compatible with Analogue. Apparently, the Analogue was supposed to come out, what, I don't know how many months ago, the one that's the Nintendo 64. I even did a video covering the announcement. It's been delayed, and yeah, there's been all kinds of stuff going on about that. RGT85's covered it quite a bit ad nauseum, and you know what? We'll see when it comes out. Will I get one? I don't know. I'm still waiting on the Hyperkin one myself. But I got the controller. I'm definitely going to be using this for the Switch, and it is compatible with the Switch 2 from my understanding as a Switch 1 controller. So I do want to see how it plays, especially with those Switch Online Nintendo 64 games. And well, the only thing we can do now, unbox it, test it out. There we go, the 8BitDo 64 Bluetooth controller. Yes, and it is pronounced do. People are trying to correct me that it's do. No, it's not like Nintendo. Do is spelled D-O. The company has even said it's pronounced 8BitDo. So if you're saying do, you're wrong. So it's like people who say Ninja Gaiden. No, it's Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden. That's the correct pronunciation. So back to the controller. 64 Bluetooth controller, Analogue 3D, Switch, Windows, Android. Has a controller and cable. Pretty simple. Windows 10 and above, so you got 10 and 11, Android 9 and up, Switch 9 and up, Analogue 3D. So it should work on the Switch 2, no problem, just like a Switch 1 controller, like I said. So this came in two colors, black and white. I chose the white one just because, I don't know, it's like everything I've been picking, all the controllers, all the consoles, it's all been black, so I decided to change it up a little bit. So nothing fancy on the box. So let's just open her up. Okay, there's no texture grip. It's pretty smooth. I'm not digging the really sharp edges. It doesn't feel as quality as some of their newer stuff. I don't know, it just, that bothers me. It's like ridiculously sharp along the edges right here. Everything else is just the smooth plastic. Kind of reminds me of the older style. Definitely. You know what? This feels like it was made way before the current Ultimate 2 series controllers were designed. A lot of it feels like original Ultimate. You can see it in the design language too. D-pad's beautiful though. Buttons feel fantastic. Feels more like a GameCube style controller when you're holding it for the stick, but that makes more sense. Now I will say it's better than a lot of these other third-party Nintendo 64 ones I've used. The best up to this point has been the Retro Fighters, but already in hand I can tell you this feels better than the Retro Fighters. Like those buttons, very smooth. Ooh, full digital triggers. Completely digital. No analog there at all. This might be good for certain fighting games too, especially if you don't care about the stick. Type-C and a small Type-C cable as well. Nothing terribly long. It's about, I'd say, 3 feet. That's about. Alright, we're going to test this on the Switch and see how it feels. So you got Switch and D. I'm assuming D is input. Pretty simple. Oh, you've got a metal stick. so you don't have to worry about that. That makes more sense when you're using a hexagonal gate. It's going to be a lot smoother because you can't technically get anti-friction rings if it's not round. All right, let's test this out on the Switch. Okay, so I'm actually interjecting this part into the video because this video was recorded before this supposed update was released. So I'm just going to plop this right dead in the center before we get to the gameplay testing, because at the end of the video, I'm going to test it. But keep in mind, this update supposedly enables Switch 2 compatibility. Now, if you try to use the Ultimate 2 software, it doesn't work. If you try to use the firmware updater, it doesn't work. I've already recorded sections of those videos, of this video, with those, and it just didn't work. So now I found out that there's technically a third place you can go to, which is supposed to be the place you're going to go to, and that's going to be here on the 8BitDo website. So if we go over here, you go down to support and then scroll down and you'll see Bluetooth controllers. Now, if you hover over it, it'll say 64 controller, firmware update 1.0.3, and then you can go update log and firmware updater. So we're going to go right there. Now this says 8BitDo Ultimate Software 2. So I'm going to see if there's, because this is what I have installed on my computer. So I'm going to see if there is an update for the updater. Now, sadly, you cannot see everything that I am doing because I cannot share every window, but I'm reinstalling the 8BitDo update. Now what I'm going to do here, there we go. So now you can see it is plugged in and is recognizing it, and it says it is charging. So what we are going to do is update. And it says as of August 1st, now with that update complete, it should work on Switch 2. So I'm going to pop in a little bit of footage of me connecting this to the Switch 2, and hopefully, yeah, everything will be fine. Okay, so the controller's been updated. Here's the Switch 2. Let's see if it works. I know it works with the Switch 1. It plays fine. Let's try the Switch 2 now that the update is. Turn it on. Let's make sure it's in Switch mode in the back. It's on. Go to change grip. Sync button. There we go. There we go. So now with that new update, it will still recognize it as a Nintendo 64 controller, so keep that in mind. Now let's go back. I've already booted up the Nintendo 64 Classics app, so let's see how it feels on here. Now it recognizes it as the controller. Feels great. All it needed was that simple update. Still feels weird compared to a Nintendo 64 controller. I'm one of those weirdos that prefers the N64 controller. I just love it. And I don't care that it has the Trident three prongs. It's, I don't know, it's a classic, but for people who don't like it, now I can definitely recommend this. I hope they start shipping newer units with the update built in. But if for some reason yours doesn't work with the Switch 2, there's the way you can update it, and there you go. So it works just fine. Now, if you're trying to wake up the Switch, no, it won't do that. Keep that in mind. It'll wake up the Switch 1, not the Switch 2. So, yeah, just like the N64 one can. But, yeah, okay. Now, I'm going to say something. You guys aren't going to see it, but my initial test and review, I was not very positive. But I'm glad I waited until the update came out to put this video out because now it definitely changes my perspective on the controller. Again, I still prefer the shape and the style of the classic Nintendo 64 controller. That's just me because, well, I grew up with it and it's nostalgic and I think it's comfortable. Yeah, I'm a weirdo. That's fine. But otherwise, for anybody else, I think this is a solid offering. And if you're, okay, Mario, I guess I'm boring you. Okay, I'll get to the point. I'll just say, I would recommend it now. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. God bless each and every one of you. Like what I always say, be legendary. Thanks again.